The Philadelphia Eagles are facing a challenging stretch, and fans are feeling the pressure as the team tries to navigate through this rough patch. After a 3-game losing streak, the atmosphere around the team has shifted, and concerns about another potential collapse reminiscent of past seasons are circulating. There are multiple layers to the struggles, from execution on the field to play calling, and even the overall consistency of the roster has been called into question. One glaring example of this was the recent loss to the Chargers, where it became painfully clear that execution was the primary issue. Jalen Hurts had one of the roughest games of his career, a performance that starkly contrasts with his history as a Super Bowl MVP and a quarterback who has consistently delivered results for the Eagles. A.J. Brown also had moments where he failed to capitalize, and penalties further compounded the team's difficulties. Despite this, it is important to acknowledge that the Eagles still have everything within reach. Sitting at 8 wins and 5 losses, they maintain a lead in the NFC East, albeit slim, and with 4 games left, the schedule offers an opportunity to regain momentum. Facing the 2-1 Raiders this week, and then the 3-10 Commanders, who have lost 8 consecutive games, the Eagles have a path to secure the division if they can capitalize on these matchups. Even when the schedule tightens against teams like the Bills, the closing games against Washington could offer another advantage, especially considering the injury setbacks for the Commanders. Jaden Daniels re-injured his left elbow against the Vikings, effectively ending his season, which means the Eagles face opponents who may be lacking key pieces. Meanwhile, the news regarding Jalen Hurts is far more serious and unfortunate, as his leg injury from the game against the Chargers has left fans concerned about his career trajectory. The severity of the injury, resulting from a collision with Jay Ward, is such that Hurts' immediate future in football is uncertain. The Eagles community has rallied in support, sending thoughts and hopes for a speedy recovery to a player who has been integral to their recent success. Amidst all this adversity, there are still reasons for cautious optimism. The Eagles' schedule allows for what could be seen as a get-right game against the Raiders, a matchup that could reset confidence and allow players to regain rhythm. Observing recent practice sessions, moments of positivity have emerged, especially from players like Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, who have shown chemistry and mutual support despite the negative narratives circulating in the media. The team's leadership, particularly Nick Sirianni, has been firm in shutting down any speculation about benching Hurts, emphasizing the quarterback's proven track record and the importance of team cohesion over reactionary decisions. Sirianni's comments underline a critical point. One poor game, even one as glaring as the performance against the Chargers, should not overshadow years of consistent excellence and the ability to lead this team to victories. The Eagles' offense has had flashes of brilliance even in recent losses. While turnovers and mistakes have been costly, the execution on several plays indicates that the foundation is still strong. Plays designed under center have shown potential, and Saquon Barkley's contributions in the running game, highlighted by a significant 52-yard touchdown, demonstrate that the team's offensive pieces are capable of producing results when utilized effectively. The challenge now lies in integrating these successes into a more consistent performance across the remaining games. The return of Lane Johnson could be a pivotal moment for the Eagles' offensive line. Johnson has been sidelined for 3 games due to a Liz Frank injury, but has not been placed on injured reserve, suggesting a possible return in the near future. Historically, his presence on the field correlates strongly with the team's success, and if he is clear to play against the Raiders, it could provide a significant boost to both the offensive line and overall team confidence. The Eagles' approach to managing injuries and the pacing of player returns will be crucial in maximizing their chances of closing out the season on a high note. In addition to offensive improvements, special teams and emerging talents have offered bright spots in recent games. Britton Covey, back as the punt returner, has showcased his ability to inject energy and make meaningful plays, proving that he is a significant asset for the team. Similarly, defensive players like Quinnen Mitchell and Jix Hunt have emerged as key contributors, with Mitchell ranking among the top corners in the league across multiple metrics and Hunt steadily establishing himself as a dynamic pass rusher and playmaker. These individual performances hint at a team that, despite current struggles, possesses the tools necessary to turn things around. The integration of these standout performers into a cohesive game plan, combined with strategic adjustments and disciplined execution, could see the Eagles reclaim their rhythm and potentially dominate in the closing stretch of the season. While challenges remain and uncertainty looms, the Eagles still have the opportunity to re-establish themselves as contenders. Their path forward will require capitalizing on favorable matchups, integrating returning players like Lane Johnson, and leveraging the talent of emerging stars in both offense and defense. The mental resilience of the team, particularly in overcoming the recent losing streak and managing the pressures of a demanding schedule, will be critical in defining the remainder of the season. Positive energy from the locker room, including the visible camaraderie between key players, combined with strategic clarity from coaching staff, provide the framework for the Eagles to not only recover, but potentially thrive. The upcoming games are more than just matchups. They represent opportunities to reset, rebuild confidence, and remind the league why Philadelphia remains a formidable opponent in the NFC East. As the team prepares for the weeks ahead, every practice, every adjustment, and every player's contribution will carry weight in determining whether the Eagles can translate potential into tangible success, keeping hope alive for a strong finish despite recent setbacks. Looking ahead, the Eagles' focus must remain sharp, because even though there are reasons for optimism, the margin for error is shrinking rapidly. Every game from here on out carries immense weight, and the ability to execute under pressure will define whether this season is remembered for resilience or regret. One of the key factors that could make or break the Eagles' remaining run is the cohesion between Jalen Hurts and his supporting cast. Despite the criticism following recent performances, Hurts' ability to lead and make decisive plays remains evident. His leadership is not just about throwing touchdowns or avoiding mistakes. It's about setting a standard for preparation, work ethic, and maintaining confidence even when the team hits rough patches. In many ways, his presence has a ripple effect, elevating those around him and allowing emerging talents to shine. A.J. Brown's commitment to supporting Hurts publicly and privately speaks volumes about the locker room culture, where trust in one another is foundational to overcoming adversity. That trust will be tested in the coming weeks, as the Eagles face a mix of opponents capable of exploiting even the smallest lapses in focus or execution. The offense itself, while imperfect, has moments of brilliance that suggest the Eagles have untapped potential. The recent game against the Chargers highlighted that, despite turnovers and missed opportunities, the play designs and the execution on certain plays demonstrated that the team is not broken. Saquon Barkley's contributions in the running game, particularly his explosive runs, show that when the offensive line and running backs operate in sync, the Eagles can dominate time of possession and control the tempo of the game. The possible return of Lane Johnson is therefore pivotal, not just for the immediate boost to the offensive line, but because it can restore balance to both the running and passing game. Johnson's experience and reliability have historically translated into tangible success, and the Eagles' winning percentage with him on the field reflects that influence. While injuries and inconsistencies have been hurdles, the return of key players combined with the continued growth of younger talent like Britton Covey, Quinnen Mitchell, and Jix Hunt could be the catalyst that transforms the team's performance from inconsistent to formidable. On special teams, Britton Covey's emergence as a dynamic returner has reinvigorated a unit that struggled for consistency earlier in the season. Covey's vision, agility, and decision-making provide the Eagles with an instant spark, capable of flipping field position and creating momentum-shifting plays. His contributions, coupled with strategic play calling and efficient execution, could turn close games into victories. Quinnen Mitchell's defensive performance has also been a revelation, demonstrating the ability to lock down receivers, force turnovers, and influence games without necessarily drawing the spotlight. His elite metrics in coverage, from catch rate allowed to passer rating against, indicate a cornerback performing at the highest level. Paired with Jix Hunt's emerging pass-rushing prowess, the Eagles' defense has the potential to exert pressure, disrupt opponents' game plans, and create opportunities that can fuel offensive success. These bright spots underscore that, even amidst adversity, the Eagles possess the raw talent and skill to compete at the highest level. The mental aspect of the game cannot be overstated. Overcoming a losing streak requires resilience, focus, and a collective commitment to executing the game plan without succumbing to distraction or negativity. The coaching staff's role is critical in maintaining clarity, emphasizing fundamentals, and instilling confidence that every player has a role in turning the tide. Nick Sirianni's insistence on standing by Jalen Hurts and emphasizing team accountability reflects a philosophy that prioritizes long-term stability over reactionary decisions. Benchings or drastic changes might offer a temporary sense of action, but they risk undermining confidence and cohesion, which are essential for success in high-pressure environments. By reinforcing trust in their core players while making tactical adjustments, the Eagles can create an environment where players are empowered to perform at their best, knowing that the team's structure supports growth and execution rather than panic-driven choices. Looking at the remaining schedule, there are tangible opportunities for the Eagles to reclaim momentum and solidify their position in the NFC East. The upcoming games against the Raiders and Commanders offer relatively favorable matchups, providing a window to rebuild confidence, improve execution, and generate momentum heading into more challenging contests. These games are not just about the scoreboard. They are opportunities to reinforce fundamentals, test adjustments, and allow younger or less experienced players to gain confidence under live conditions. With strategic planning, disciplined execution, and the return of key contributors, the Eagles have a real chance to string together victories, restore morale, and reassert themselves as contenders. Each practice, every meeting, and each game plan adjustment must be leveraged to maximize the talent at hand and minimize the mistakes that have plagued recent performances. Ultimately, the narrative surrounding the Eagles is still very much in their control. While the media and fans may react strongly to setbacks, the internal culture and commitment to excellence will define the true trajectory of the season. Positive developments, such as the growth of standout defenders, the emergence of special teams playmakers, and the potential return of vital starters like Lane Johnson, provide a foundation on which success can be rebuilt. It will require focus, consistency, and execution at every level, but the ingredients are present. The Eagles' ability to turn potential into results will not only determine their success in the remaining games, but will also set the tone for the team's identity moving forward. If they can combine individual talent, tactical acumen, and mental resilience, the Eagles have every chance to finish the season strong, reclaim their momentum, and remind the league why they remain a force to be reckoned with in the NFC East. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the NFL have been growing louder, and fans of the Philadelphia Eagles can hardly ignore the latest buzz. Sources close to the team suggest that Jalen Hurts, the Eagles' star quarterback, has made comments about Saquon Barkley that are causing quite a stir in locker rooms and fan forums alike. While Hurts has always been vocal about his teammates and opponents, insiders hint that his latest remarks carry a sharper edge, raising eyebrows among analysts and fans. Though the full context of Hurts' words hasn't been officially released, speculation is rampant. Some claim Hurts questioned Barkley's consistency, while others suggest he critiqued the running back's ability to change the game in critical moments. NFL insiders report that teammates are split on the matter, some backing Hurts' competitive honesty, others whispering that the comments could be interpreted as a slight on Barkley's reputation. Social media has been ablaze, with Eagles fans debating whether this is standard trash talk or the beginning of a more serious rivalry brewing between two of the league's most dynamic playmakers. What adds fuel to the fire is Barkley's own history of overcoming scrutiny. Known for his resilience and game-breaking talent, Barkley has often turned criticism into motivation, and fans are now wondering if Hurts' remarks will have a similar effect. Analysts speculate that the quarterback's comments, though subtle, might be part of a larger strategy to assert leadership and set the tone for how the Eagles approach their competition. Meanwhile, rival teams are quietly observing, sensing an opportunity to exploit any potential tension between two of the NFL's top talents. While nothing is confirmed, the rumor mill is working overtime. Pundits suggest that Hurts' comments could influence team dynamics, draft considerations, or even contract negotiations down the line. Some fans argue this could ignite a spark that pushes the Eagles to new heights, while others fear it may create unnecessary distractions. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The chatter surrounding Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley isn't fading anytime soon, and every move, glance, and post-game interview will be dissected in search of clues. The NFL, as always, thrives on drama, and this latest story promises plenty of it. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.